All right, so we're going to do our creation booklet. We're going to read a little bit of our creation story. Last time we did day 1 and day 2. Today we're going to do day 3 and day 4. All right, so make sure you have your booklet ready after I read the story. Markers, crayons, whatever you want to use today. All right, so remember it's called In the Beginning. The story of creation. All right, I'm just gonna kind of go over a little bit what we already read, and then we'll read definitely day 3 and day 4. So remember, in the beginning there was nothing, it was just darkness. And God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. And God called the light day, and he called the darkness night. And that was the first day. And on the second day, God made the sky, right? Okay, we're going to move on to the third day. On the third day of the world, God drew back the choppy waters. So he pulled the waters back and dry ground appeared. The great pools of water, blue like the sky and shimmering in the light. He named them seas. He called the big muddy areas of the ground land. So he made the land and the seas. The land was flat and bare, so God shaped it into mountains, plains, and deep valleys. Under his guiding hand, greenery covered the earth. Grasses and plants of every size, shape, and color took root. Sweet-smelling flowers blossomed, sticky buds opened, and vines coiled upwards. So he made the land and then the plants, right? And the trees and the flowers and everything growing. Trees sprang from the ground, their branches reaching for the sky, growing tall and heavy with fruit. The earth had become lush and green and brimmed with plant life. So there was plants and beautiful things and flowers everywhere. And that was the third day. On the fourth day, God said, "Let there be signs to mark the day and the night." So God made the fiery sun to show the day, right? The sun is for daytime, and the gentle moon to shine at night. During the day, the moon hid in the shadows. At night, the sun turned its golden face away, while the moon cast a silvery beam over the land. God also brightened the night sky with millions upon millions of tiny glittering stars. He felt pleased with the beautiful world he created. God's new world was a peaceful land filled with flowers, trees, rushing rivers. But there were no birds to perch in the trees. There were no bees to buzz from flower to flower. There were no fish to leap through the waves. The only sounds were the whisper of the wind among the leaves and the waves on the lapping on the shores. So, we're going to stop there. Day 3, land, plants, right? The ocean. Day 4, the sun, the moon, and the stars. All right, so that's going to give you a little hint as to what's in our book. So remember, our story is called Creation. And the first day, it says, day 1, God made light when there was none. And then we did day 2. Day 2, God made clouds and water too. Today, we have day 3. Day 3, God made plants, flowers, and trees. So, I know that I'm going to be using brown because tree trunks are brown. I'm going to be using green and then some colors for my flowers. So first things first, I'm going to look and I'm going to find all my tree trunks and I'm going to make them brown. Palm trees have brown tree trunks. I'm not going to make the flower stems brown. I'm going to make those green. So, I'm gonna be making my tree or my stems green. I'm gonna make my palm trees green. We've got green palm trees here. Here's a green tree. We've got lots of green trees. Oh, it's a little bit noisy in the hallway today. All right, and the rest are flowers. So let's pick some pretty colors. And we'll make the flowers colorful because God made beautiful colors of flowers. I think there's a flower that's every single color. You can find a flower that is every color. What a great thing that God did for us. Wouldn't it be boring if flowers were all the same color? I don't think that would give very much beauty to our world. But God knew that colorful flowers would be better. And so he gave them to us as a gift. All right, then I'm gonna use my crayon actually, and I'm gonna make, this is gonna be my ground. I don't wanna do it the same color as my marker because then you wouldn't be able to really tell where the trees were and where the ground was. So I'm gonna color my ground with my crayon. And the cool thing about that, look at, if I color right on top of my green, you can't even see it, my green marker. So we've got the land, God made the land and the plants on the third day. And then I'm gonna make the sky at the top. The sky was already there from the second day. I got some new crayons. I'm gonna try not to break them. I just can't press so hard. I really like to press hard, make it very dark. But that breaks my crayons. So we're gonna have to make do with light coloring. Okay, if you need to finish, press pause because I'm gonna turn the page. So let's go over it again. Day three, God made plants, flowers, and trees. We're also gonna work on 4 today. Day four, sun and moon and stars galore. Galore means like lots of them. So I'm gonna use my yellow and I'm gonna color in my sun. Yellow for my sun. I think I like to do some orange for the rays. You could do yellow also, but I like to give my sun some orange rays. These can be called rays or they can be called solar flares. When we learn about space, we're gonna learn about the sun and solar flares. Now the moon, I'm gonna leave it white because the moon is white. Now the night sky is black, right? It's dark. I'm not gonna use my black marker because if I were to use my black marker, my stars would get hidden underneath my black marker. So I'm gonna use my black crayon to color the night. And then if you go very lightly, you can still see the stars. I'm not gonna color the inside of my 4. I'm gonna leave it because that is one way to make a 4. You can also do a 4 like, remember like the L, like this. This is also a 4. 4s have a couple ways to make the number. And the moon, we'll leave the moon white. So, day four, sun and moon and stars galore. All right, take some time to do your page. And I can't wait to see what yours looks like.